Rowdy Bees.
My name is Brittany. I am a bartender, and I also do 3D print design.
My name is Bryce DeShazo, and I own a meadery, Fox and Raven Mead.
I would like to own a business doing landscape that specializes in edible plants and native plants over the traditional landscaping styles that we see. Because I'm like kind of an environmentalist.
My goal when I grow up, I guess, would to be working in the psychology field. I would love to work with younger children who are troubled. I just kind of need help with their mental skills and learning of those coping mechanisms so they can be successful adults.
Oh, when I wanted to grow up when I was younger, I definitely wanted to be something like an astronaut or a scientist of some sort. So.
Feminism makes it sound like it's all about women, but it's really more about equality for everyone. Men, non-binary women, whatever. Like it's not as exclusive as people that don't know what feminism is might think it is.
I'm all for it. I want everyone to be treated equally.
I am personally very pro-feminism. I think women have been oppressed for a very long time. I'm very for it.
I'll stand up for the small guy, no problem. If somebody's misinterpreted, I'll correct it, things like that. I'm definitely, like I said, I love equality from all sides.
The only thing about it is just men being inappropriate. Just like the occasional odd comment about my appearance, or like, oh, do you have an older sister that's single? Ooh. Like, that's inappropriate and weird, especially while I'm working, and I don't appreciate it. It's not flattering. I don't like it, but it is what it is.
So being a bartender, a lot of my work is actually very subjective to women, and that is how, unfortunately, a lot of people in the service industry, a lot of women in the service industry do make their money. So it is very, very against feminism, unfortunately.
So it's generally known that women do get paid less, which is unfortunate. And I don't like that. I don't like anybody being paid less for the same job. It doesn't matter race, creed, gender, I don't care. Everyone should be paid the same for the same job.
Actually, I have faced a lot of harassment, mostly at my job as a bartender. I do get a lot of harassment from men, specifically. Because they're intoxicated, they usually have less judgment, I guess, and feel like they have free reign to do whatever they wish and speak whatever they wish.
So this has happened in another job I used to have, but there was somebody who was very qualified for being moved up to a managerial position. That was a female. But somebody who just got recently hired, they decided to move up instead of her, and it made no sense. The dude had no knowledge of the program that he was on, didn't know anything really, and they just had a perfect person for it, and they went with someone else. And that kind of hurt me, because it's like, perfect person for the job, but you go with someone else.
I think maybe some feminist extremists they're not really feminists, they're just perps at that point. Like they kind of missed the mark, they missed the point, because feminism is about, like I said, equality, not about women only. Like it's a circle, it's not a straight line.
It's not very common, but it does happen enough to be to know it's an issue. Anytime I can, I will stand up for them, but sometimes you just have to just push through it, unfortunately, because some people just don't see reason.
So I would consider myself a feminist. I'm not as much like physically active into it anymore. I used to go to a lot of rallies. I would go to a lot of protests. Now that I have children and I have 2 jobs, I don't have the time. But I'm very active online and still in the communities that are doing the good to help.
I think with the internet and everything, more and more people are able to learn about it. So I'm hoping that it'll be better understood by people that might not understand it now, that think it's about like female superiority over equality for everyone, because that's incorrect. It's like not at all what feminism is or about. So I don't know. I just hope that it's better understood.
So we would go to wherever the meetup would be. A lot of the times it would be like outside of the courthouse or outside of like town hall, and we would like a lot of the protests were for the anti-abortion ban. I was at a few of those, and we would just essentially protest against whatever we felt was wrong.
I think you just need to, as a woman, you need to understand whenever you're having a moment of internalized misogyny, because women can be perpetrators of misogyny just as bad as men. And it is a lifelong thing that you have to contend with, especially if you've grown up in like a more conservative or misogynistic like household around people like that. And it's like, to practice feminism, you also can't practice misandry. So like, you can't be a man hater. You have to be able to cope with men. And like, that doesn't mean you have to go out of your way and bend over backwards to make space in your life for men. It just means be a decent person. I guess that's kind of it, yeah. Just to advocate for women's rights.
As weird as it sounds, I kind of hope it goes away. And that's only because I want people to be equal. Because once people are equal, there'll be no such thing as feminism or whatever the male version is, whatever. But if we're all equal, there's no need for feminism. So that's what I hope the future will contain.
I am teaching both of my sons to be very, very respectful of women, very pro-women, teaching them how to basically treat women correctly.